students, welcome back to another English video with me, Teacher Andy. It's nice to have you here. Thank you for watching the video. Today we will continue with the theme of natural disasters. We will focus on a hurricane. We will visit a village where a hurricane happened, and we will talk about what the characters were doing before the hurricane. So we are talking in the past tense. The hurricane happened last week. The hurricane happened last week, so we talk in the past tense. Let's have a reminder about what we say when we use past continuous and, more importantly, with the negative. So past continuous with the negative. So we will focus on what didn't happen and what did happen. So positives and negatives. Let's take a look. Let's remember the rule. Remember, with past continuous, we use was or were plus the verb with ing. For example, I was studying English when my phone died. I was studying English. When we are talking in the negative, in the past continuous, in the first person or third person, we use this. So I wasn't, if it's me, I wasn't in Thailand in the holidays. Yeah, I wasn't in Thailand. I was in England. Yeah, so me, I wasn't in Thailand. If it is he or she, it is also wasn't. He wasn't happy yesterday. Yeah. She wasn't at the party for Halloween. She wasn't. She was not at the party. He was not happy. I was not in Thailand. Okay. So I, he or she wasn't. If it's in the past, continuous and negative. If we talk about many people, so more than one person, if we say they, yeah, they, or Teacher Joe and Teacher Cher, yeah, so more than one person, Teacher Joe and Teacher Cher weren't in England with me. Yeah, they weren't. They were not. So if it is more than one person, in the past, continuous and negative, we say weren't. So they weren't. Teacher Joe and Teacher Cher weren't. I wasn't. He wasn't. She wasn't. Okay? So they weren't in England with me. They weren't here. Teacher Joe and Teacher Cher, they weren't with me in the holiday. Yeah. If you need to write some examples, then you can write examples on a piece of paper in your notebook. So more examples can be, I wasn't wearing a jacket in the holiday because the weather was good. Yeah, the weather was good, so I wasn't wearing a jacket. Yeah. Teacher Ploy and teacher Icy weren't in school during the holiday. Yeah, they were not in school. They weren't in school. They were with their family at home. Yeah, they weren't at school. They were with their family. Okay, understand? I hope so. Okay, so watch this again if you need more help. Okay, one more example. The aliens weren't from planet Earth. Yeah, the aliens were not from planet Earth. So the aliens that visited last year, they visited Manchester last year, aliens, they weren't from planet Earth. Where were they from? They were from outer space. Yeah, they were from outer space. They weren't from planet Earth. Okay, so now I will show you a photograph of the village where all the characters are busy. So they were all busy before the hurricane hit. I want you to listen and think, which characters am I talking about? Which characters am I talking about? So listen and think, which characters am I talking about? Let's go. Okay, so which character or characters am I talking about? They weren't picking apples from the tree. They weren't picking apples from the tree. They were running. They were running. So I will show you the right answer for this, and the others I want you to answer yourself. So they weren't picking apples from the tree. They were running. Number 2. She wasn't washing the dishes. She wasn't washing the dishes. She was reading a book. She was reading a book. He wasn't driving a taxi. He wasn't driving a taxi. He was driving a tractor. He wasn't driving a taxi. He was driving a tractor. They weren't eating bread. They weren't eating bread. They were swimming in the pond. They were swimming in the pond. So number 4, they were swimming in the pond. Number 5, they weren't playing computer games. They weren't playing computer games. They were playing with the skipping rope. They were playing with the skipping rope. So number 5, they were playing with the skipping rope. Number 6, they weren't cooking dinner. They weren't cooking dinner. They were washing the dishes. They were washing the dishes. Number 7. Number 7. She wasn't feeding an elephant. She wasn't feeding an elephant. She was stroking her cat. She was stroking her cat. Number 8. He wasn't riding a motorbike. He wasn't riding a motorbike. He was riding a horse. He was riding a horse. Number 9. He wasn't building a wall. He wasn't building a wall. He was painting the wall. He was painting the wall. Number 10. They weren't playing computer games. They weren't playing computer games. They were picking apples from the tree. They were picking apples from the tree. And last one. It wasn't sleeping. It wasn't sleeping. It was eating grass. It was eating grass. Okay, very easy. Yes, very easy. What were they doing? What weren't they doing? Very good. Excellent work. See you again next time. Bye-bye.